I was leaving a friend's house going to pick up my wife and on East Parker Street in Lakeland. I was in the right-hand turn lane with my blinker on and a blinking yellow light going through it. I slowed down as you're supposed to, looked both ways and began to reaccelerate. At that point, I was rear-ended by an individual who was texting on his phone and not paying attention to what he was doing. Now, of course, they can't prove that he was texting, but when I got hit, he immediately got out of his car and had his phone in his hand. I asked to use his phone, and when I used his phone, there was a half-written text on the phone. That's how I knew he was texting when he hit me. My car was totaled from the rear. I had a Saturn, 98 Saturn SW2, which got totaled. His car basically had a little small dent in his front bumper. He turned out to be fine. He was okay. And now because of this incident, I'm now having to make car payments on a car I wasn't making payments on before. So that's a new bill I've incurred because of this wreck. So it's been a slight financial strain, but dealing with it. Now, the day of the wreck, didn't feel anything. I knew what happened, but I didn't feel anything. The very next day, I went to get checked out by the ER. They sent me home with a neck brace, and I actually walked from the hospital to my house, 6.2 miles. I was fine. About a day and a half, 2 days later is when I started feeling a pain here, my left side near going towards my back. That's when they discovered that I had the torn muscle. There is what I went in for the therapy for that specific purpose, and the pain started getting more and more and more and more, to the point where I couldn't bend over at all. I could hardly breathe, but I still would not take pain medication. I just don't want it unless there's no other choice. Went through 18 physical therapy sessions, and it's healed. It healed faster than it was supposed to, as normal. They thought it wasn't going to heal for 5-6 months. It healed in, 3 months it healed. My life was in a little bit of turmoil until this case has become settled. Now I'm able to catch back up on things and resume, for the most part, my life back again. The monies received from the lawsuit has helped me get out of debt with a few bills that I've been lingering on for 5-6 years. We moved here 4.5 years ago, and we've been renewing a payday loan. We've now killed them. They're gone. We don't have to worry about them no more. We were behind because of this incident. We were behind on our electric and on our cable. They've now been caught up. It's helped us ease a lot of the bills that have been nagging at us for a while. So we no longer have them to deal with. Now I can move forward. I can get me a job start. I can get a part-time job started again, which is what I was trying to do. I had an interview, as a matter of fact, for a job the next day that I was in my wreck. But because of the incident, I had to postpone that. And now I'm able to become employed again. It's important to choose a trustworthy attorney because with my dealings with attorneys before through the family, if you don't pick a reputable attorney with a good record, they could be attorneys that you find out they're not licensed. They could take money from you in other ways. So I do research. I won't use an attorney unless I know they've got a good work record and they're accredited. Through this whole ordeal, I've been kept informed on my progress in my case, and I've been satisfied with the results. I understand there's only so much the law can cover, but I've been happy with what's been going on. I would like to say that I appreciate the effort that they've put forth in my case from beginning to end. They were very, very forthright and very patient with me, even though I was impatient at times. I respect the fact that they've done everything they can for me, and I know that without their help, I wouldn't have gotten anything. So that in itself is a thank you. I appreciate everything that has transpired to this point.